Hey guys, I just got pretty heavily into fitness, was wondering if anyone has any advice for me. Make sure you train every day. Only drink apple cider vinegar. Only eat green things. Always lift your 1 rep max every day. Never do cardio. Always do cardio. Follow the Atkins diet. Train fasted. Follow the cleanse diet. Oh no, never train fasted. Only ever eat protein. Avoid all fats. Don't train too much. You don't want to get too big. Take steroids. Okay, stop. Does anyone actually have anything that everyone agrees on? Track your calories. They matter quite a lot. Yeah, calories in, calories out matters more than most things, to be honest. Okay, calories. What's a calorie? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm Josh Drive Hayes, and this is a complete beginner's guide to fitness. The world of health and fitness can seem complex and complicated to get into, with lots of contradictory information out there. Who should you listen to? What should you do? How do you start? It's intimidating to see the massive amount of information out there and not know where to begin. So I'm going to break it down into super simple steps, and we're going to go through the whole process, and I'll explain everything you need to know step by step. These videos are aimed at people who have never been heavily into health and fitness before, so I'm going to go down to the absolute most basic levels and explain everything I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and how you can then match that up to your own lifestyle for your own goals. Before we begin, remember to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, then click the little bell icon to make sure you're notified of all future videos. And a massive thank you to all my supporters on Patreon and Twitch who make all my content possible. We're going to start our fitness journey by looking at the most fundamental basic element of fitness, and that is your diet. You cannot out-train a bad diet. You might see some decent results in the gym, but if you're not fueling yourself correctly, you are massively limiting where you're able to go to. Now, thankfully, diet is also one of the easiest things to understand and take control of. So we'll start off today looking at the most basic nutritional thing we can, and that is the calorie. Things need energy to work. Computers and phones need electricity, cars and trucks need fuel, and humans need calories. Whenever we eat or drink anything, our body will break the food down and be able to use the calories it contained for energy. Now, your body is always doing stuff. Your heart is beating, your lungs are processing oxygen and carbon dioxide, and your brain is constantly thinking. So even if you're not actually physically moving, you're still using up energy. Because of this, you need a base minimum amount of calories a day just to survive. When you start doing more intense things with your body, like running, jumping, swimming, climbing, or most sports, your body will need more energy, so you'll need more calories. If you were able to eat the exact right amount of calories that you need for a specific day, then your body will remain the same because you've used up all the energy you've put in. The problems begin to happen when you're consuming too many or too few calories. If you eat too many calories for your lifestyle, then your body will have excess energy within it. Your body can't use this energy immediately, but it also doesn't want to waste it, because what would happen in the future if there's a lack of food? Therefore, a lack of energy. Your body wants to protect you, so it stores this excess energy for use later. It does this by converting it to a layer of fat all around you. Human body fat contains a load of energy. In fact, 1 pound of fat contains roughly 3,500 calories. We'll be looking at how to access the energy in stored fat in another video. On the opposite end, if you consume too few calories, then you won't be giving your body the energy it needs, so it will need to make up for this deficit. It does this by pulling energy from its stored reserves. That is, it begins using up the fat you have on you. If you don't have any fat at all on you, which is highly unlikely, your body will break down other, much more important parts of you, like muscles. This is an extreme situation though. We don't need to worry about this for now. So how many calories do you or I need for an average day? The recommended daily amount, at least in the UK, is 2,500 for an average man and 2,000 for an average woman. However, these figures are an extremely general overview and only apply to the most average of average people. This means they likely won't apply to you or me. To find out how many calories you need, we'll need to be more specific. The best way to find this out is to talk to a dietitian or a personal trainer. But if you can't do that, there are loads of online calorie calculators. Many factors will affect how many you need, from your biological gender to your age, height, current weight, and lifestyle intensity. People in physical jobs will need more than people in sedentary jobs. Once you know this number, you'll be able to take control of your calorie intake and make sure you're getting the right amount for you. But how do you know how many calories are in food? There are two ways. If you're buying pre-packaged food, you can look at the label, and if you're cooking from home, you'll need to do some maths. Let's start by looking at the nutrition labels on food. On screen now are some examples of nutrition labels from food, or nutritional information available on that food's website. At a glance, they can look rather complex, but as far as calories go, we're only actually interested in one bit of information. Sometimes the label makes it clear how many calories are in food, like this potato label. It's very obviously 110 per potato. But sometimes the labels are more complex, like this one. In this case, we're looking for the letters KCAL, which stands for kilocalories, which is the actual scientific name for a dietary calorie. This is often also listed as energy on the packet. Nutrition labels like this one break down calories per 100 ml or 100 grams and then often have a recommended serving size. We can see that here. This label is for a can of vegetable and chicken broth. We can see the entire can contains 600 grams in total. Then on this line, we can see this food contains 40 calories per 100 grams or 119 calories per recommended serving size, which is listed as half a pot. You might be thinking, but I'd never eat half a pot of chicken broth, I'd eat the whole thing. And that's right. And that's also where listed calories can be tricky, because the serving size is often smaller than the entire container. So if you did eat the entire container, you'd need to double the calories, as you're actually taking twice the recommended serving size. So one container contains roughly 240 calories. If the food you're buying is pre-packaged, then working out and counting calories is pretty simple. You just read nutrition labels and keep track. But what if you're making something at home and it doesn't have a label? Well, now it's a longer process, but it's ultimately the same thing. You'll just be calculating the calories of every ingredient you put in and then dividing them by however many servings you make. Let's look at an example here. This is a brownie recipe. It will make 20 brownies. As I know all the ingredients, I can research online the exact calorie contents of these ingredients, which I've done here. Then I can add all these total calories together to find out how many calories the entire tray would be. Then, if I do cut it into 20 servings, I just divide the total calories by 20 to get my calories per brownie. And now I know exactly how many calories I'm eating. If you're eating out in a restaurant or fast food place, you'll likely be able to find the calorie information for each dish on their website. We'll be looking at how to estimate calories in restaurants closely in another video. Now, calories aren't only in your food, often they're in what you drink too. Water is a 0-calorie drink, but other popular drinks might surprise you. A standard can of Coke is 140 calories. A fudge brownie flavored fridge milkshake, my personal favorite flavor, contains nearly 300 calories. And a venti Starbucks pumpkin spice latte, that's the largest serving available, is closer to 500. Sometimes food or drink will advertise itself as 0-calorie, like Pepsi Max or the 0-calorie skinny sauce. These foods might indeed be calorie-free, which means they will not give you any energy at all, because energy for humans comes in the form of calories. There are exceptions, and we'll look into the effects and use of caffeine in the future, because it gets a bit more complicated then. But for now, let's just focus on the calorie. There is much more to learn about fitness and nutrition, but knowing about calories, how many you need, and how to measure how many there are in food will give you a solid nutrition foundation to build up from. In the next few videos, we'll be looking into diet and macronutrients and discussing why not all calories are equal. Now you know this, you might be tempted to run out and buy the lowest calorie foods you can, but don't do that. Not yet. There's a lot more information we need to cover before you start making major changes to your lifestyle, but you've taken the first step on your fitness journey. You've started to gather the knowledge you'll need to change your life for the better. If you're starting your own fitness journey, or you have any questions or comments you'd like answered, leave them in the comments below and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. Again, a massive thank you to all my supporters on Patreon and Twitch who make all my content possible. If you'd like, you can support the Patreon from only £1 a month. Join the Twitch and chat live, or join our Discord server. Links are all below. Thank you for watching, and as usual, have a great day.